Mystic, I'm going to unmute you. Thank you for calling the show.
Yes, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, I have a comment and then a question. My comment is a lot of you had really interesting and inspirational coming out as an atheist story, and I don't know, I kind of had that, but really, even as a child, I would go through the motions at the church, but even when I prayed, I knew there was nothing there. I knew that I wasn't getting an answer, and so I really don't consider myself ever being a Christian.
Well, you're honest about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think a few people brought this up, where a lot of people do go through the motions or don't exactly believe, so to speak. They're probably more agnostic, but they will just say, I'm a Christian, just because it's the thing to do, the socially acceptable thing.
Yeah, and for a long time I tried to believe. It's certainly having someone that loves you eternally is a wonderful idea, but it was just something that I knew wasn't true. But on to my question. I want to talk about the separation of church and state. It seems like when you have all these politicians who are religiously based, obviously they'll pass laws or try to support legislation that is based on their religion and their faith. And so my question is, how do you think to best deal with separating someone's belief with politics?
That's a tough one. I don't know. Leah, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Did you hear that question? Do you have a comment about that?
Boy, yes. Well, of course, you know me. I have a lot of comments about that. It is absolutely mandatory that we maintain a separation of church and state in this country, and we do have a very, very well-organized, very highly funded group of Christian dominionists that are intentionally trying to erode that, and they are combining themselves with, more of the plutocratic types, the corporatists, that are not necessarily drinking the Christian dominionist Kool-Aid, but where they dovetail together is they have a common goal of privatization for the corporate people to make money, for the Christian dominionists in order to get out from underneath the thumb of government regulation, preventing them from proselytizing in our public school systems and within government agencies. The most important thing that we can all do is vote. And as often happens, it isn't always for the one that you want, but you have to do it for the ones that you don't want. And the last thing that we need is to have Sarah Palin or Mike Huckabee or any number of them that are overtly Christian dominionists getting in, because this is absolutely what their goal is.
Yes, and for Mystic, that's so important. Look up, you can even do it on the God Discussion site, on Dominionists. And then Leah has now she is in the middle of this huge writing project right now, but she's got a blog called God'sOwnParty.com. And actually we run their feed on the bottom of God Discussion, and she's got some excellent material there about this dominionism, because I'm telling you guys really need to pay attention to this. Because with the separation of church and state, it's not even just the people that are in office, but it's what's going on. They're infiltrating the school systems. As what Joe knows, I've been carrying stories about how they're doing this and renting rooms and having these kids come in for real entertaining Christian things. It's everywhere. It's coming out in games. It's coming out. They want to take over the media. There's a big movement in the workplace now, and we've got an article on God Discussion about what I think is going to be the next thing, and it's viewpoint discrimination. And so you've got these lawsuits going on. The one at JBL, where the employee was spouting off creationist theory, and now he's suing because he wasn't supposed to be doing that in the workplace. We've got school kids listening very intently to what their teachers are saying, and then turning around and suing because their Christian beliefs are being offended. It's very pervasive. So that was
It
a
is
very
an
deep question.
It's an absolute manipulated and orchestrated attack at trying to erode these 7 mountains. And the 7 mountains are education, religion, family, government, arts, entertainment, media, and business. And the thing is that they are a sect of Christianity. They are a cult, but they are an enormous one, and they are the ones who are the the real evangelical charismatic group, and that fall under the Christian Dominionist umbrella. And they are not the mainline Christians. The mainline Christians who are waking up to this are also fighting the Dominionists.
Exactly,
but they
and
get
that's
away with
why,
so much because they present themselves as just really nice Christian people.
And that's what Liz brought up in the beginning, too. I think that there's, instead of atheists attacking Christians and back and forth and that type of thing, and like honest discussion are brought up, if you can have an open dialogue that goes back and forth, and Dan also tries to do this, I think, at least with respect to church and state, now I'm not sure about other things, but to me that's the most critical one right now, if we can have open dialogues and not in your face, you're stupid, you believe in Sky Daddy or whatever, but find that common ground. And I think you'd be surprised at how many religious people really do honor separation of church and state and want to see that preserved.